Hello, everybody. This is Matthew McQueenie from Konabos, and it is Sunday, April 7th in the year 2024. And here we are on the precipice of the championship round for Konabos March Madness 2024. The women's NCAA national tournament ended this afternoon here in the East Coast time, with South Carolina taking down Iowa and Caitlin Clark. It's been something that's been getting unbelievable ratings, especially for the women's game. It's just really taken the nation by storm here in the U.S., and it's really giving a run for the money of the men's tournament. The men's tournament will end tomorrow night with the champion, April 8th, with Purdue taking on UConn, who won last year. But here we are, because the Konabos March Madness champion will be crowned a week from tomorrow, Monday the 15th, I think. I'm going to lose track of my timing here. But what we're here to talk about is just an all-time Final Four. I say all-time, little tongue-in-cheek. The Konabos March Madness has really been just going on for 2 years now. This is the second year. We had a fun little attempt at this, a pilot, an MVP, if you will, 2 years ago, with just putting up a ugly bracket that I found on Google Images and just throwing a bunch of logos against it. Might have even been an Elite Eight there. And I saw the engagement and I said, oh, there's something to this. But here we are in year two, and we're setting the stage for great success in the future, because the numbers on this, in terms of awareness, in terms of engagement, in terms of just a connectedness throughout the industry since we started this in January, has really been amazing. It's been amazing to be the company Konabos who is hosting this, but really seeing just the way all of these companies have competed and brought it and promoted, and it's all for the good of us. As I keep saying, we all win with this, but this Final Four has been something else. Squiz has gone up against Kentico, two DXPs, 20 years going for Kentico, 25 years going for Squiz. I have an interview coming out in the next day or so with Squiz's co-founder, John Paul. I spoke with him earlier today, and we will release that episode as part of a plan that I'm trying to do as we run this campaign beyond March. And then we had .cms going up against Constructor. For Konabos, Constructor and Squiz are two companies who were quite new to us. And here they are on the precipice of the championship round. .cms and Kentico we work with pretty in quite an integrated fashion. We know them well. And one of the neat things with this tournament and this promotion is we get to know a lot of new faces. Even, as I said, Squiz being 25 years old almost. Not a new face, but it's a new face to us. And so it's a real great thing to be able to meet with these different companies, get to know them, see the way they work and their team spirit, and ultimately what their product brings to the market. Because really we're in a world where there's so many solutions out there, which is great. It's capitalism. It's the world of business. It's creating products where there's a market need, where there's a customer need. And when we started this campaign back with 100+ companies just in our campaign that submitted to be a part of this, and now here we are with the last couple, it's really something. It's really something. So I'd like to go to the next slide here. And I'm going to go right to the results. It was tough. Squiz going against Kentico was, as I said, and I wrote this in the a post a couple of days ago. This is the equivalent of a seventh game in the championship going to triple or quadruple overtime. Everyone was leaving it out on the floor, and it was just something to behold. And really, when I look at what both companies did, I said this last week, but I feel terribly that everyone can't just go forward. We're all champions here, to be honest. We're all champions. We're all ambassadors of our industry, of our companies. But these numbers, when you look at this Squiz versus Kentico, 382 reactions on a single comment for a page in Konabos that has 3,200 followers. And then when you look at beside the replies there, 140 replies. Now, by the letter of the law, write-in votes are not supposed to be accepted, but they are a great mark of virality. They push the envelope on this. They get more eyeballs on this as somebody comments. Their network, their ecosystem sees that they commented. It brings even more in. And I understand that there's kind of a way where the way this campaign works, people coming into the campaign don't quite understand the rules. Companies have done a very good job in helping explain what's needed to vote. But what I have found is that the replies do end up being quite even. And I think when there is, when there's a really pronounced number on the reactions, that even level brings it back up to the reactions as something that is the winner. So in this round, while Kentico had 176 reactions, Squiz did come out on top. They broke through over 202 reactions. I was saying to someone this week, if you just looked at this post, right? We looked at the last, let's bring it back here for 1 second. We looked at the last screen, and this is one post, right? This is an image graphic that goes on one LinkedIn post. And then the way the voting works is that there's a comment beneath, which I'll go back to here. There's a comment beneath that marks the competition. So we have a comment in this case that is Squiz versus Kentico, .cms versus Constructor, and then the LinkedIn reaction determines the vote. So Squiz is the clap, Kentico is the light bulb. I was saying to someone, if you look at just the numbers on a comment, how many of us across this industry, across any page on LinkedIn, to be honest, how many of us would accept these numbers as the main post to have 382 engagements on a comment and then 140 replies under that comment? This was a level that I could not even conceive of. So, very friendly with Kentico. Squiz are becoming new friends. Both of these companies showed what they have. This is a whole nother level of engagement and awareness. And all of us are being seen by how hard we push. I was seeing Slack channels. I was seeing private messages. I was seeing tutorials. It makes the heart flutter when you watch this. But Squiz did come out on top in this Final Four over Kentico. In some ways, this could be a championship type round, how hard both teams fought. Well, I said teams. Both companies fought. Great work to you both. Squiz does go forward on this one. Below here, this was a lot closer. Now, if we took out the Squiz and Kentico, you would look at the numbers for .cms Constructor and say, oh my goodness, again, how many of us actually pay for promotions? We do paid LinkedIn to reach these kind of numbers. And this was organic. This was team spirit. This was a promotional capacity within all of us. And again, 192 overall reactions, 44 replies. Now, I do have to say, I give my friend Paul Abdul, global head of partnerships at .cms, a lot of credit because so many of the comments are him trying to drive votes for his company, people trying to engage and do it. And then I feel like there were 3 or 4 where Paul's like, hey, this is a vote for us, right? For .cms. So Paul, good on you. You're a good guy. Everyone connect with him. But the numbers here did even out quite a bit. And Constructor is another one, as I said before, who came out for Konabos' point of view, kind of came out of nowhere to be nominated, to make it to the Sweet 16, and then to continually go round by round. And in this one, while we look at the Squiz and Kenneco, a 202 to 176 almost looks like an NBA All-Star game where no one's playing defense, but they were pushing hard. .cms Constructor looks like a representative score, a good basketball score. 97 to 91. There was some defense there. There was some really good shots. Maybe someone put up 40. But Constructor did come out on top in this round as well. I was looking at those you see on the side there. There's a couple of likes. I think those are folks just saying, look, we like what's going on here. We're not going to put a vote. I was thinking almost in presidential election terms, how that's almost like a third party vote. Now, that 4 does not make up the difference. It gets it a little closer, closes in the margin of error a little bit. But Constructor did move forward here. So we are going to have Squiz versus Constructor for the championship for Konabos March Madness 2024. That will be released tomorrow, as will the aforementioned interview, about 20 minutes we did with JP, the co-founder of Squiz. Get to know them a little more from the business sense, but just an unbelievable, look at these numbers. We all should clap. Let's get some claps going. We all should clap on this one because everyone sees this. How many people open up LinkedIn and then this silly bracket is at the top of their feed, and it's all because of what we're doing. And so, yeah, we're going to look for Squiz against Constructor. I did want to call out Squiz. You probably saw out there. This did feel like a decisive move from I don't know if they're underrated. I don't want to call them overrated, but the marketing team there at Squiz does just some phenomenal work. Last week was spring break for my kids, 2 kids under 10, and my wife who's in the education sector. And so we took a little trip away, and it was kind of a workcation for me. I worked most of the day, but then we were in Philadelphia, hanging out, going to museums for the rest of it. And I was sitting in this Airbnb, and I saw this tag, and I went, wow. I almost a tear came to my eye when I saw this, because go watch it. Squiz came out with this just great video of warming up for the competition. Several folks, like 6 or 7 members of their team, taking part in this. Really well thought out. Just great marketing from their point of view. And their post on its own, got quite a bit of engagement. And then it seemed to really move the needle. I think it came out on Wednesday. And up to Wednesday, Kenneco was seemingly ahead by double digits, maybe low double digits, but for day after day. And then this one seemed to really move over. But I do want to give a lot of credit because Squiz jumped ahead after this. Maybe it was this, maybe it wasn't. This is the hard part with marketing, right? We never can say exactly what the thing was that led to in this case, the result, or in other cases, the sale. But I would say this was a marketing qualified win because they pushed it. Even when they pushed it, Kenneco kept coming back. And I want to give a ton of credit to Kenneco because they did not let up. No one let up. And it was all for the good of everybody. But really good job with that video. And do I have anything else here? Let's see. No, I think that is all I have in my piece there. So let's, I lost it here. Where did it go? Let's see if yeah, I think that was, 5 out of 5 there. So really, really great job, everyone. I did actually, you know what I did do? I did put together a final slide that doesn't seem to be showing. There it is. I want to show, to end this, all the work that everybody is doing here, having so much fun with this. And the naysayers will look at it and say, "Oh, it's just fun. What's the ROI? Where are the aforementioned MQLs or SQLs?" But by having fun, by getting behind all of our companies, together we have raised these waters. We're in people's face. We're giving a reason there's a reason to talk to people beyond trying to close the deal. There's a connectedness that's really amazing with this. And I showed last week the engagement of the most recent 3 rounds. And this one, it's going to keep running. But nearly 4,000 impressions on an organic campaign of the people, by the people. Over 1,200 engagements, nearly a 31% engagement rate. Nearly 250 reactions, 300 comments, 18 reposts. You know, what is Squiz going to have to go for heavy lifting in their video next week? Are they going to have to go for PRs? I don't know, but they're working hard. Everyone's working hard. And it's a credit, it's a testament to all of you who are pushing the bounds of virality. So thank you so much. And again, look forward tomorrow to the interview getting released with the co-founder JP of Squiz. And let's see what happens in this final round with the winner to be crowned next Monday. Thanks all, folks. Have a great night. Have a great day. And let the madness ensue into April.